Welcome to Sanctuary. We cross now out of ordinary life and into the sanctuary of sacred time and sacred space. Now, what makes it sacred isn't incense or chanting or any specific beliefs. It's simply that this is a space that is intended to be free of three things: to be free of fear, to be free of threat, and to be free of control. In sanctuary, sacred space, nothing is required of you. You are not being measured, you are not being evaluated. You are simply being held. Most of us live our entire lives in profane space, the opposite of sacred space, which is a space shaped by obligation, productivity, performance, expectation, and pressure, fear, threat, and control. Spaces where our worth feels conditional, and where the withdrawing of your lovability and worthiness is always a hovering threat. Sacred space is the opposite. Sacred space says you belong and you are worthy and lovable just because you are. You do not have to believe anything. You do not have to perform anything. You are already welcome and beloved just as you are. And as we begin our session today, I invite you to feel that you have already been chosen. Right? We are not all here to hustle and earn a spot and be worthy. We are here rather to remember, to receive, and to be nourished. So let us take a first breath, a breath for emotional safety. And let's take a second breath, one for clarity. Good. And let's take one more breath for the journey home, back into your own inner self. Good job. Let us begin. So I want to begin by saying this. You are not broken. Now, that may sound like just a feel-good line, but it's not. It is actually a fundamental challenge to the entire system most of us were raised in. Because in the modern elite world that we live in, it tends to train us, especially the most sensitive among us, to believe that our inner emotions and feelings are a problem to be conquered. For instance, you were praised when you pushed through your pain. You were celebrated when you smiled and acted fine, even when you weren't. And you were rewarded for adapting, for keeping calm and carrying on, and quietly punished when you actually allowed yourself to feel and, God forbid, show your big feelings from inside you. And so it makes perfect sense that you would naturally assume, oh, if I'm feeling struggling and feeling big emotions, something must be wrong with me. But what if we flipped all this? What if your overwhelm isn't a sign of dysfunction, but a sign of intelligence? What if your sensitivity isn't a burden, but a form of deep inner perception that simply hasn't been recognized and honored yet? Let me offer a reframe for this, which is that your emotions are not flaws and glitches. They are signals. Your emotional depth is not a liability, it's a compass. Your pain isn't proof of brokenness, it's evidence. X marks the spot. The X of your pain marks the spot of where your truth has been buried. And when you stop trying to numb or fix or dissociate or love and light and transcend your way away from all that, and you actually stay in your body and hold yourself as you feel, whatever you are feeling in this moment, right now, something remarkable happens. You begin to hear the part of you that's been whispering all this time. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're not wrong. You're just fine just as you are. And all I need you to do is to not abandon me. Now, this shift alone, when you feel it fully, will change your life. Because it means the healing you're looking for isn't somewhere on the outside. It's already in you. And it's waiting for you to come claim it and to trust it. And when you do trust it, a new voice will rise, which says, I am here. I always was. And I have never been broken. And I have only been waiting for you to love me. Now, this is part of a larger arc, a movement within you that I call the return of the inner beloved, which is not some internal grandiose fantasy, and it's also not a projection to be put upon some hapless human on the outside world, but is actually a real part of your inner self, arguably the realest part of you, which is already in you, that knows that you are not a problem to be solved. You never were. What you actually are is a blessing to be experienced and to be loved. And so now I ask you, what about you? Where does this inner beloved live in you? Where have you called yourself broken or weak or flawed? Where have you tried to fix or conquer within you what was never actually wrong? Can you feel, just for this passing moment, that maybe this part of you isn't broken? Maybe it's blessed and sacred. Maybe this is the part of you that's just trying to get you to come home, where there is nothing to earn, there is no test to pass, but only this. Can you be with yourself just as you are, with no improvements right now, and not abandon and not betray? Because when you stop running from your own heart, you realize there is a love that has never left you, and it lives inside you. And when you finally are able to feel that, you come home to wholeness. So as we close the session, let me give you an exercise to sit with, only if you want, which is to ask yourself, what part of me is not broken, but simply waiting to be loved and reclaimed? What is the part of me I've always thought was the worst part of me, but is actually a place of secret power and blessing? Please, only if you want, sit with this question. Spend time with it between now and the next session. Write out your answers and reflections. Sing out your answers and reflections. Let it come to you and unfurl. And as we close this session now, I give you my blessing. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are already here and complete. You are not a problem to be solved. You are a blessing to be loved. And you are not in exile. You are actually already home. Thank you for being here, for bringing your heart, and for letting yourself receive. Until next time, go gently and stay close to this core of love within you.